So here we are in the Warnell courtyard, the lower courtyard, and we are recording some of the species that we did earlier in the semester for those folks who either want to review or if you weren't able to make it to those labs. And so we're starting here with Magnolia virginiana in the Magnoliaceae, also known as Sweet Bay Magnolia. And one of the first things you'll notice is its smooth bark. And that's very typical for magnolias in general. We have another one over here, you can see also has very smooth bark. And some people like to call this elephant skin bark. So if you see how it's wrinkled around the old branch scars, to some people that looks like elephant skin. If we want to take a look at the fruit and the leaf, so here's the leaf, really glossy green, and on the underside it's very pale and silvery almost, so it's very glaucous. And if I take my finger, you can see some of that wax comes off and it's very green underneath. If we look at the terminal bud, it is very fuzzy, very silvery, and very pointed. So when these leaves are gone, the buds will still be there. And you can see on the twig, if you look in here, you can see some old stipular scars. So that may be useful for some people if you like twig characteristics. So here we have the fruit, which is an aggregate of follicles. And as you can see, the red seeds are actually starting to pop out of each of those follicles, and the birds will be feasting on those this fall. And this fruit develops from a really beautiful white flower that's about 6 inches across. This fruit is characteristic of all the magnolias. So we're gonna go over a few more magnolias, and they all have this aggregate of follicles, but they're all different sizes. One more thing about Sweet Bay Magnolia is that when you crush the leaves, you get a sort of a spicy but pleasant smell, and that's where the common name comes from. So that's Sweet Bay, comes from the smell of the leaf.